Hi, my name is Megan, and this is Everything Lit. And today, I'm going to be bringing my November TBR to you. I cannot believe it's nearly November already. Let's talk about my November TBR. I just have a couple books this month, because I feel like last month I just absolutely listed a million billion books. And I'm gonna try to get to some of those spooky books still. I have a couple for November, and then I'm gonna kind of soft launch a new TBR game maybe, or TBR choice, because I find it really hard to pick what I want to read in the month because there's so many books to choose from, and I think it's fun to have a little challenge to pick a book that I want to read that meets one of these prompts. So I wrote down a bunch of prompts that have to do with my specific Goodreads TBR, certain shelves that I have, then just some genre prompts. We'll see what we get. So I think I'm just soft launching this. So I think I'm gonna pull 3 books out of here and see how that goes. And I think maybe next year, every month I'll pull a couple, but I don't know how many yet. Let's talk about the books that I am actually going to try to read first before I pick some prompts. So I'm going to read Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett, and this is for Books and Lalas, like members book club. This is about a Cambridge professor, the Emily Wilde, and she is creating an encyclopedia of fairies in this small town in, I think it's in Ireland, because that would make sense because that is like the fairy epicenter. But then one of her academic rivals shows up, and they are kind of hanging out at the same places trying to find some fairies. It is blurbed by Sangu Mandana, who I just read her book and loved it, and she said it is a darkly gorgeous fantasy that sparkles with snow and magic. So this actually feels perfect for November then, because I want the snow, I want the magic, but I don't want Christmas yet. I would like to read one of my most anticipated books of the year, Cleat Cute by Meryl Wilsner. This came out in September, and I've just been dying to read it, but it's spooky season, and this is very summery. Cleat Cute is about 2 soccer players. They are professional soccer players. I think it is about a younger soccer player getting mentored by a slightly older one who is working out an injury, and then when she gets back on the field, they're on rival teams. I loved Meryl Wilsner's 2 other books, so I am excited to read this and see if another book gets announced. I would like to continue in the Throne of Glass series with Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas, and this is about an assassin, Selena Sardathian, and in the first book she is competing in this game, this tournament, to become the king's assassin. And then this continues her story. There was also elements of magic and fairies, and different cultures are at war, and everyone talks about this series. It's this amazing booktube phenomenon, and I didn't love the first one, but oh my gosh, I already have a bookmark in it. I didn't love the first one, but I'm willing to give it a shot. I own the first 3 books, and if I don't like the third one, maybe I'll just stop there. And then I picked this off my shelf because I was looking around and I was I want to read something that has not been on my mind. So I grabbed The 40 Elephants by Erin Bledsoe. I bought this during the 50% off all hardcover sale last December, and I just would like to get to something that I bought last year and haven't gotten to read yet. And this is historical fiction. It's set in London in the 1920s. And there are a lot of gang wars, and our main character, I think, creates her own all-female gang. And I think this is based on a true story about a band of female robbers. It's a beautiful cover. It's a very heavy, dense book. Ooh, look at under the cover. Gorgeous. And this is why I bought it. So I'm going to try to read it this month. So let's pick a prompt, and then I'll go find a book, and I'll do 3 of these. And this is in my words are, in my not so humble opinion, our most inexhaustible source of magic. And this is from a series that I don't talk about too much, but I did love it back in the day. You gonna scratch on that right now? Chaos. All right. Oh, some fell out. In tarot, that's a good sign. Just one fell out, so that's the one we're gonna pick. How do other YouTubers do this? Oh, it's stuck together. Is it upside down? No. Oh my gosh, a poetry book. Okay, that's exciting. I have not read a lot of poetry this year. So let me go find a poetry book. Okay, for the poetry prompt, I have decided to try to read Thunderbird Inn by Colin Callahan. And this was a book that just spoke to me. I was at an indie bookstore. It was very cute. I was in the poetry section and the spine is very pretty. It just spoke to me. So I'm gonna try and read it finally. All right, let's pick a blue one. And the colors have like no bearing. I just made 15 of them orange and 15 of them blue. So there are 30 prompts in total that I could get. Let's see what it is. Oh, it says fantasy. I was like, I can't read that. Ooh, a fantasy. So do I want a long fantasy or a short fantasy? I guess technically I could count this as fantasy. I could count this as fantasy. But let me go find another one. And it just says fantasy, so that means adult. I do have a YA fantasy prompt in here. So what I pick has to be adult fantasy. Let me go see. I may read Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sulin Tan. Everyone's been talking about this. It is about a girl who grew up on the moon and the emperor is like trying to kill her mother, or someone kidnaps her mother and she has to go to the kingdom that she's been hidden from for years and try and get her mom back. I've heard there's a love triangle and I've heard really mixed things from it, but I think the writing is supposedly really beautiful. I know the cover is beautiful. If I want a short book, I could read the next in Seanan McGuire's Wayward Children series. Ooh, she dusty. So this is In an Absent Dream by Seanan McGuire. This is the fourth in the Wayward Children series, as I said. And this is about Lundy, who I do think we met in the first book. She's a very serious young girl and she finds a doorway to a world founded on logic and reason, riddles and lies. Oh, she goes to the Goblin Market. Yes, we have met her. And then I was thinking maybe I should just make this the month of Moss, Sarah J. Moss. I could read the first in the Crescent City series, House of Earth and Blood. I have this in paperback. I have the second one pre-ordered. Has the second one come out in paperback? I think it has. I think I have the second one too. And if not, it's definitely pre-ordered. The third one's coming out in hardcover soon and I should just get started. This is about Bryce, whose best friend is like murdered in front of her, and then it throws her into a world of fallen angels and different creatures, and so there's a mystery that she's trying to solve, but also like she thick, so there's more going on there. I have not read a Brandon Sanderson, so I'm thinking maybe I'll start with Mistborn. I have this is the only Brandon Sanderson I have. It's pretty long. It's one of those like chunky little paperbacks. Mistborn is about a world where like the evil dictator won thousands of years ago, and now this group of like ragtag people is gonna try and save the day. So those are my possible fantasy picks. It's so hard to pick just one. My last prompt, what am I gonna get? Let me close my eyes for this one. Okay, I accidentally got two. So which one do I pick? Let's do both. Wild card. I said I was only going to do 3. Let's do 4. So the first one. Ooh, or maybe I pick a book that meets both. That's too hard. I'm not committing to that. So the first one is nonfiction. On the one hand, this could work if my hold comes in at the library, because I have The Woman in Me, I'm going to put it on the screen, by Britney Spears, on hold from my library. I'm just waiting for that ebook to come in. It says it's gonna take 9 weeks though, so I don't know how plausible that is. Oh, dude, I already got it. I'm gonna put it on the screen. It's called Notes on Grief. I already planned on reading it. I downloaded the audiobook today. It's like 1 hour. That's gonna be my nonfiction. It's by, can I say her name without looking at it? No, I cannot. No, I can't say it. I'm not looking at it. It's on my phone, which I'm recording on. So I'm just going to put that book on the screen. That's going to be my nonfiction. Sold. Done. And then this one is Roll a Dice Oh man. So I didn't really figure out the way I wanted to do this. So basically I'm gonna roll a dice, and whatever the dice says I have to do. So I haven't decided if I should pick like 6 books and then, you know, they're each assigned a number, and that roll is how many, like the book that I have to read, or maybe I roll a dice and I have to pick, that is the number of like hundreds of pages. So if it's 6, that's 600 pages. If it's 1, it's 100 pages. Why did I pick this one first? I could just put it back and you'd never know that I got another one. Here's the thing. Picking 6 books right now to potentially read feels really difficult. So I think I'm gonna go with the hundreds of pages and see what happens. And if I hate that, I might change it back. So I'm gonna roll a dice, and whatever number I get is the number of hundreds of pages the book that I read has to have, right? So if I get a 3, I have to read a 300-page book at least. So I got this little thing of dice from Barnes & Noble. I think I'm missing my normal 6-sided die. So I've got all these to choose from. Let's do one. Let's do this 8-sided die. Can't really see that. And if I have to read 800 pages, then so be it. I'm just gonna roll it here, and I'm not gonna like film it. That's too difficult. Oh no. Oh no. It landed on the 8. So I have to read an 800-page book in November. Why did I do this to myself? Can I still pick 8 different books and then just pick one of those? Hold on. How long is this Sarah J. Maas? Including the acknowledgements, this book is 803 pages. No. Okay, so this book is 803 pages, so I might be reading Crescent City in November. Who'da thunk? Not me. So unexpected. But that's the fun of these TBR games, right? You're gonna read things that you didn't expect to read, but you do it for the funsies. I'll probably be reading this for the fantasy pick to balance it out. That is my November TBR. What a wild ride. Did not expect. We'll see how long this game lasts if it keeps making me read behemoths like this. Also, let me know if you want a vlog for this. I know this is super popular, but I'm not caught up in the Throne of Glass series or the other Court of Silver Flame. So, you know, if you are interested in me vlogging this and my thoughts, let me know. Otherwise, I'll probably just do it myself. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you want to see my journey with these books with my new prompt game, you could like this video. You could subscribe to me. But really, you can do whatever you want. And I'll see you next time.